Well, starting on the flaxseed. First day of swathing. And probably going to end up moving to the old farm next, I would guess, because that looks like that's further along than some of the other fields closer to home. Ripeness, cleanliness too. My sinuses are really bothering me today. It's actually really kind of dry weather out. First like nice day we've had in who knows how long. It's only getting to the upper 70s today. It's gonna be kind of windy today, you know, 30-mile-an-hour winds today. But boy, that air feels dry out. My sinuses are just like, it almost feels like I have a cold right now, and usually I don't have too many problems with allergies or sinuses, but when you've been humid and high dew point all the time, just warm out, just sticky and muggy and disgusting outside, and all of a sudden you're like this outside now, it's like, man, it hits hard, but boy does that feel nice outside. Unbelievable. So should be hopefully be a good week for doing flax. Hopefully no freak storms decide to come up and take all the windrows away, you know. Getting a little bit of weed pressure some of these flax fields too. This one is pretty good. It's pretty clean. Could have almost taken this straight, but we have a chance to haul some of the flax out right away, so we want to make sure it's dry and don't have to do put any air on it. And let's see how this is gonna cut here. It's not gonna be happy camper, that's for sure. I'm getting most of it. I don't have the knife down all the way. Yeah, knife pressure's at 2,000 right now, 2,000 psi. Sometimes I don't like the way how this header's plumbed too, because the reel circuits is on the same as the knife there, the same valve block there. It's kind of stupid. The drapers are on a separate circuit, but wish they would have had that set up a little different. Had the reel, have it just plumbed a little differently to the swather, to the machine. Especially, and don't notice, I mean, notice a little bit in flax with the reel, but you notice it more in like oats when you're trying to deal with lodged crop. You know, the reel takes a lot of pressure to pick up that stuff and everything, and the guy feels it. Yeah, amazing running the draper head now too at the fixing that valve, float valve. Man, it is, I can tell it just it's floating on the ground the way it's supposed to now. I have it set a little bit heavier now because it's, you know, it's flax, trying to make sure that header stays down. Like the oats, I had a little bit more float pressure. Didn't have to cut it short in most places, so right now I'm having the header run a little bit heavier to help keep it planted on the ground a little bit better. And it's not, the header's not dragging as much either, you know, gouging or anything like that. Really noticed it with the organic crop this year, those fields. I did far less pushing and whatnot, even with the kind of wet ground too. It just floated way better than it ever has. Makes it a lot easier when everything works. It's amazing when things work. You figure stuff out. If things work probably, it just makes it a lot easier to run then. It would also help a lot too if the dealership, you know, we bought it from, would have let us know how many issues it actually did have, this thing, before we actually bought it. You know, it would have been nice to know. So, but shysters, as I like to call shysters. And it's like kind of doing this uneven part here. It's the header's actually falling on the ground as best as it possibly can now. It does a far better job. The McDonald header still does the best yet. Like, for stuff like this. It still does. I don't think there's any comparison, but yeah, it's nice when stuff's actually works as intended, the way it's supposed to. It actually does better. I've skipped a little bit there, but it's pretty uneven here from the gravel pit, from the bumps and everything yet here. Nothing won't be perfect here for anything really, but well, it's nice. I can have my knife kind of lower here now, and it really doesn't gouge into the ground at all. Sometimes I'm going up a steep hill, sometimes after some unevenness, you know, like when I get up here, I'll have to hit the down button again just to reset the height again. Make sure the header is going down while I'm going up the hill. But yeah, that's pretty darn good. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Kind of the twisting here. Man, that is just... Here, I gotta pop it down. That's pretty darn good, though.
Why don't you go ahead? Go ahead, Mom.
Go drive ahead again.
Just a regular vehicle, yeah.
Just a van, whatever, a regular car, minivan, just the crest of the hill now, getting to the lake.
Well, that wasn't too bad for vehicles. I've had worse. I've also had better, though. Take a look over here at this. See how it's gonna look. And these fields are mostly pretty clean over here. You can just see them from the highways, but kinda gonna see once what it all looks like here. Probably got a swath around the sloughs and everything. Well, I think we're gonna try to take some of the straight, though. At least these two fields for sure here, they seem pretty good. Two smaller fields might have to swath them, but for it to look along the trees like this too, the flax, that's pretty darn good. Yeah, here's that tree that got ripped out this summer, about 2 months ago. Still alive yet? Unbelievable. How? How is that thing still alive yet? Man, this flax is insane over here. Look at my camera. Just yeah, I don't think I can really swath much more than 4 miles an hour. Now, to swath this whole place too, this whole corner here, I have to swath this whole corner. Looks like it. edge of the field here. A little bit of kochia here. Here's the dividing line here, so. Man, dude, there's a lot of flax here. Holy cow. Jeez. I guess I'm never combined flax like this before in my life. Never have. I suppose now we get this field harvest, you can start, like, maybe have time to start cleaning up this rock ridge here, then start doing that, I suppose. Some area maybe just be able to seed right through here then. Could probably be going a little bit faster, but not too much more though, along the edge of the field here. But there's a lot of flax to cut. It's enough knife pressure. It's staying under 2,000 psi right now, but it's bounces around quite a bit. There's a little bit of green flax here. I can see some green bolls here yet. I don't know. I'm sure some of it's shelling out, like anything else. Pretty dry today, but at least I could actually do something. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow.